Imagine being the greatest player in the history of one of the world's biggest clubs. You've broken the records, you've won the trophies, and then you post a video on Instagram. You're leaving. Not for a record-breaking fee, but for nothing. Zero. The Egyptian king is walking away for free, and the reasons why are much more complicated than a simple goodbye. To understand why this is such a shock to the system, we have to look at what's actually being lost. For 9 years, Mohamed Salah wasn't just a player for Liverpool, he was the system. Since 2017, he has been the one constant in a sport that usually changes its heroes every 3 seasons. His stats? They look like something out of a video game. 255 goals in 435 games. That puts him third on the club's all-time scoring list, trailing only the mythical figures of Ian Rush and Roger Hunt. He didn't just play, he collected silverware like trading cards, 2 Premier League titles, the Champions League, the FIFA Club World Cup, and the FA Cup. He was the man who won the Premier League Golden Boot 4 times. Even as recently as 2025, he was voted the PFA Player of the Year. For nearly a decade, he was the gold standard of the Western football world. But in football, as in life, the higher you climb, the harder the fall becomes. So, what changed? Well, reality happened. This current campaign has been difficult. Let's be honest, it's been the most challenging of his entire career. For a man who breathes goals, managing just 10 in 34 appearances is the equivalent of a drought. It's his lowest seasonal total since he first stepped foot in Anfield. But it wasn't just the lack of goals, it was the noise. In December, after a chaotic 3-3 draw at Leeds, the mask slipped. Salah publicly admitted his relationship with manager Arne Slot had broken down. He claimed he had been thrown under the bus. Now, in the high-stakes world of elite sports, that's usually the beginning of the end. There was talk of a January exit, but he stayed on, hoping for one last dance after the Africa Cup of Nations. But the tension was already there, simmering under the surface of every press conference. Now here is where it gets interesting from a business perspective. Liverpool is currently sitting 5th in the league. They have massive games coming up. Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League and Manchester City in the FA Cup. So why announce this now? The club says it's about transparency and respect for the fans. But look at the numbers. Salah is 33 years old. He's reportedly earning $400,000 a week. When you're paying someone nearly £500,000 every 7 days and their output is at a career low, the logic starts to shift from emotional legend to financial liability. Some analysts argue that letting him go on a free transfer is a massive financial hit, but others see it as a necessary clearing of the books. As former defender Stephen Warnock noted, it's a fascinating and perhaps cold calculation of wages versus impact. It's a bit like Jurgen Klopp's shock departure in 2024, the end of an era that feels both sudden and inevitable. In his farewell video, Salah was emotional. He talked about the city, the fans, and the loss of his teammate Diogo Jota. He told the supporters, "I will always be one of you." It was a polished goodbye to a city that became a part of his life. But the mystery remains. Where is he going next? No one knows, no club has been named. For now, the focus is on the final whistle. Teammates like Andy Robertson are calling for a send-off worthy of the greatest player in the club's history. While fans feel a mix of shock and sadness, there's a growing sense that, logically, this might be the right time for everyone to move on. The king is leaving his throne, and while he promises that because of the fans, he will never walk alone, for the first time in 9 years, Liverpool is going to have to learn how to walk without him. But the real question isn't why he's leaving. It's who could possibly replace him.